Welcome back out to the shop. It's what, Monday morning. Yesterday I spent the day rebuilding this and filming it, and the filming didn't come out quite so good. You saw my excuse in the previous video. But anyway, we're going to move on from that. We're going to get the gearbox into the parts washer, and I want to get a good video shot so you can see how nasty this thing really is of it before it goes into the parts washer. And then once it's, we'll leave it in there, I don't know, a day or two. As I come home, from work, I'll turn the air on and get it agitating. We'll pick it up and look at it and stuff like that. And we'll see, where we need to go from there. I want to take the brass nameplate off first, though, because I don't know how that purple power will react with the brass. And they've been cleaning up pretty good. So I think I'll just do that one by hand while the rest of it soaks. But this is pretty grungy, not going to lie. So my plans are, we're going to move this to the end of the table, reset the camera up, and we're going to use one camera and not try to get too cute with the filming. Just kind of keep it straightforward. So with that, let me clean the end of the table off and move this down there, and we'll show you how we're going to sling it up on the crane, pick it up and put it over on the table first so we can go ahead and get a closer inspection of it, and then we'll move it over into the parts washer after we take off the brass nameplate, or the feed chart rate, or whatever you call it, the feed rate chart that's bolted onto it. So we'll do that. So let me set up the cameras. We'll move you down there. Be right back. All right, so here we are at the corner of our table here. It's where I like to get the crane ready and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is get the gearbox up onto the table. So find out a place how to sling it first. So we'll take a look at it, and I just need to get it on the table first, and then we'll figure out how we're going to do it after that. So let me grab a couple slings, and it weighs a ton, of course. Nothing on this lathe has been light, so. These aren't going to quite be long enough, so we'll take two of them and hook them together like that. That ought to be plenty. I don't think, me and my brother picked it off, so even if it weighs a couple 100 pounds, one might get it there. We'll go ahead and sling it again. Definitely not going to hurt. All right, so let's get the crane over here. If you're on the fence about building one of these, I'd go ahead and do it. All I want to do, like I said, all I want to do is get it on the table. So this one, like that. All right. So let me move this a little closer so it's kind of under it. It's a heavy thing, that's for sure. All right, now roll it and lower it down right like that. That's perfect. That'll let me get to all of the screws that I need to get to get the nameplate out. Well, I thought it would. All right, that will for sure. So let's take this off. I need to put the metal ones on there anyway, because I don't want these nylon straps going in the parts washer. All right, so let me get a little closer here and get this one out of the way. That's why I was talking about that spring on the cord reel. Just a little bit too much pressure. So let me get you a little closer and you can see what this thing looks like. All right, so you can see the outside doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks aged. It is 75 years old. So here we go. We got that off. So now That's a good place to sling it too, the mounting holes. So we got to take this nameplate off, and we got to take this one off for sure. So let me go get a straight screwdriver, and hopefully those come off really easy. As much oil is on them, I doubt they're seized up anyway, put it that way. So might have gunk in the thread though. I mean in the, oh yeah, they're going to come off. It's going to look good all cleaned up, that's for sure. I can't wait. So let me bust these off right quick and then I'll bring you back. All right, so where are we at here? Last screw. Think it'll come right off? Probably not, huh? Is that holding it on? Could be. We'll go ahead and take it out. I'm going to go with yes, that was holding it on. Well, we'll have to fish the other end of that out. So, all this goes together. It's a beautiful nameplate though. I can't wait to see that all shined up and redone. I'm torn between, you know, the black, or do I want to polish it all out? You know, I really don't know. We'll get it cleaned up and we'll make a final determination. I like to bring stuff back to as original as much as we can, but I'm not all, you know, I'm not against changing it up for the sake of looking better. So we're going to use the trusty old chisel and dike trick to get these pins out. You see how easy they come out. You just slip the chisel right underneath the edge, and then once it lifts up, the natural shape of the ramp of the dikes just goes right under and pulls it right out. Easy peasy. That's probably my famous last words, and the last one will be stubborn and break off, or not be able to get an angle. Last one. Nope, it's going to come off, and this is made of that, looks like that same pewter crap as the speed chart was made out of. I hope not. Oop, get it up a little more. That speed chart breaking broke my heart. That old pot metal stuff. Yeah, it's pot metal, but this one's a little bit better shape. So we'll take very, very, very good care of this thing. So there it is. Should be one more pin. There it is. Not that it would matter if it ended up at the bottom of the parts washer, but there's those pins there. So we'll lay that off to the side. Now we got to chain this sucker up. So I know I can go right there. Where is, you know what? Let me get some big washers and I'll go in the other way. We can lift it there and we can do it the same thing down here on this end. That'll give us 2 points. I don't know if it's quite long enough to reach over there. Nope. So we might be able just to hook it onto the edge here. So we'll do that. And will we reach it there? Nope, not there either. So we'll get 2 points anyway. Pretty good. Maybe a third. Anyway, let me get some washers and some nuts and I'll be right back. All right. I think I have it slung up about as safe as I think I can get it. We were able to use there were some mounting holes, some 5/16 mounting holes into the side of the casting here, and I have 2 5/16 bolts threaded in here, and then we slung it around the feed shaft couplers right here that are for the feed screws. So I think I got it where it'll be just up high enough and I'll be able to drop it in just like that. So let's get the crane over here. And for sure, most definitely, we're going to have to replace that tensioner or that hose reel or cord reel. It's just too much tension. So it's always wanting to pull it back to the corner even when you don't want it to. So we're going to bump it up real nice and slow. There we go. So it's hanging nicely. I don't know if you can see it, and I don't really want to flip it over. So you can tell how grungy the backside is. It's pretty bad. So, you know, I'll go ahead and spin it around here for the camera so you can get a good look at it. Oop, and while we're thinking about it, we'll take these felt pads out. There's 2 felt pads right here, act as filters. I'm going to say filters or slow the oil penetration down. I'm going to take those 2 out. So, and we'll go ahead and cut new ones. I have all the stuff to make new ones for that. So, we're going to roll it in here towards the parts washer, just like any other good jib crane would. Well, of course, it helps if the thing's open. So let me lower it down right quick, just so it doesn't move around. I'm going to reset the camera up so you can see a little better, and we'll see what it looks like going in. So let me reposition the camera again, and I'll be right back. All right. So there's that scum I was talking about. You know, a couple pig mats laid on there and all that would get soaked up, no problem. So I went ahead and ordered a roll. I shouldn't say roll, they're more in packs on this one. You just lay it on the top and it'll suck up all that oil. And you know, the purple power is still in really, really good shape. So, you know, I circulated it a little bit, so there's nothing suspended in it. So we're good to go. So let's get this in there. There we go. Give it a couple of swooshes right quick. Might as well see how hard this is going to be to clean. It's coming right off. So we're going to let this soak for sure. Look at that. Most of it's oil and grease and stuff, so it comes off pretty easy. That paint that's, you know, 4 layers of paint that's on there, it takes a little more. So we'll let this soak for a couple days, or at least, you know, as long as it takes. But we'll come out here, I don't know, every time we're out here, we'll, you know, pull it out, take a look at it, and see how it goes. But it's gonna, I believe this is gonna clean up no problem at all. So tuck you away for the night. That's it. We got our trusty little rope so we don't lose our chain. We'll tie that on and then we'll put it on the outside. Like such. Right over here. Because I don't want to lose my chain down in there, that's for sure. Roll the crane back up. All right, and then we're going to turn some aeration on every once in a while. Oh. So we'll do that. You know, we can only let it aerate every so often, you know, once an hour, once every half hour until the bubbles pop again. So usually I just do this with it closed. You know, turn it on, let it bubble, knock loose any of the stuff that's on there, and then we'll put it to bed for the night. So let's do a recap. All right, the parts are in the parts, the gearbox is in the parts washer and beginning to soak. So with that, let's see, nothing else to do. Let it soak. So we'll continue with the restoration of our 1943 Sidney Lathe. I think it's going well so far. So probably we'll get that done. We'll get it painted. In the meantime, I'll get the nameplates cleaned up, and we'll get to designing the gantry crane. We definitely decided to build at least one the short way. It'll be able to carry the most weight with being the smallest footprint. But our goal, definitely going to have a bigger one. So we'll do the short one first. I think it's 5 feet is what we need to go over the lathe. And then we'll go from there. So until next time, see ya.